let's do this as a special pod we may drop later in the week. Not on a Monday, but maybe later in the week. Let's talk the Golf League.
Oh, the Golf League.
So the second week of the Golf League, when Tiger made his debut, I sat down and watched it. Okay. Have you watched any of it? Like live?
No.
Have you sat down and watched any of it?
No, I have not. One, because it corresponds with days where I have practice. And two, I've watched some highlights, and it's really hard to watch.
Okay. So you haven't missed much. And I know there's people out there I've had this rant that I'm going to have now on the pod with more than one person. And I know I've gotten some backlash from social media with my just posting some comments about this. But the Golf League is the dumbest shit I have ever had the misfortune of fucking sitting down and watching. That is, if that's where we are for entertainment, we are so starved for entertainment that you would sit down and watch pro golfers play fucking sim golf for an hour. Where are you in your life? That is the dumbest fucking shit I have ever seen.
In teams,
dude,
right? Aren't they teams? It's not even individual.
Yeah, it's teams. They have their, they go out and do their thing. Tiger has his team. They go out and play against each other in this fucking format. Dude, I would rather go and play an hour on the sim, hit the driving range, or go. I got no time for this bullshit of trying to milk the fans. And again, this is what it is. I'm not a fan, okay? I'm not a fan of pro sports anymore. And I'm not a fan of pro sports because of shit like this. The game itself is no longer the drawing factor. It's the fucking athletes. Hey, if we could get an athlete to hit a fucking ball into a screen, people will watch it because it's fucking Tiger Woods.
Well, it's just become really gimmicky.
That's right. Right?
I mean, it's
everything
what
is
kind
about
of gimmick can we throw at people?
Everything is about how much fucking money can we squeeze out of the fans at every point in time, and then go on TV and talk about how many fucking millions of dollars these fucking pro athletes are making. I'm done with it. It's so fucking ridiculous. I'll never get that time back that I just had, that I sat down and watched this shit. Like, literally, it is garbage. Like, for me, and again, maybe, I know they're not catering to me because I don't watch fucking pro sports anyways because it's bullshit. But there's no way you could go play sim golf and get, it's like our sim golf league, Chris. Would I go down and watch Mac and his crew because they're good golfers? Would I go down and spend an hour on my fucking day to watch those guys play fucking sim golf? No. And I ain't fucking going to sit down and watch Tiger Woods on TV hit a ball into a fucking screen.
Well, the craziest part is isn't the stadium or whatever they play in always packed?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, so, like, I couldn't imagine, I literally couldn't imagine getting a ticket, like going to a sporting event, and then going and sitting in a fucking chair and watching guys for an hour hit balls into a screen.
If you've stayed this long in the podcast and listened to this, can you please comment on our posts and social media that we'll have about this? What is the entertainment value of this for you as a fan?
Why? Yeah. What interests you?
Why are you watching it and taking time out of your day or your evening to sit down and watch this and go, yes, I am entertained? What is the entertainment value for you? Explain it to me so I can kind of shut the fuck up on this whole thing. Because, dude, that is just ridiculous. I just shake my head. Like, I'm watching this going, oh, what the fuck? All these guys could have got together, bought a golf course in Florida or Arizona, and played golf outside.
Yeah.
In a Ryder Cup style format teams, because again, more interesting. And it's the whole fucking team thing that LIV does too. And I know they're this whole talk about LIV and the PGA and their fucking love making that's going on now behind the scenes and shit. I got no time for that stuff either.
Side note. If you're gonna bring up LIV, side note. Did you see a certain somebody has signed a deal with LIV? I did make some comments on that as well through social media, me commenting on this stuff. Rick Shields has now, signed on with LIV to do content at all their events.
See, I don't watch LIV. I've never watched a second of LIV, and I never will watch a second of LIV because, again, the only reason those guys went over there was for the money.
Correct.
It doesn't matter what they talked about growing the game. That is the biggest pile of shit that a man could ever spew, and it actually ruins a lot of my respect for you as an athlete, for you as a human being, for you as a man, when you go out and actively lie about why you're doing this. I think Harold Varner III was the only one who went over there and said, yeah, well, of course I'm going for the money. I got more respect for that than I do for uh, whoever those Lee Westwood and whoever that other Poulter got up there on the desk and when they were asked about the Saudi money and blah blah blah. It's like, well, we're trying to grow the game. Oh, fuck yourself! You're such a bunch of twats. I got no time for that type of stuff. I don't. I will not criticize Rick Shields for taking the money and running.
No, I just thought it was interesting
To go over and be a brand ambassador for Liv. Go do it, man. Take care of your family. Take the money. Do the job they're asking you to do. Go do it.
I just thought
right?
when I saw it the other day,
I don't diss guys for going and bettering themselves. And again, like some of these guys went over and took the money. Like they've set their families up for generations to come.
Yep.
That's what it's all about. I don't mind it. But when it comes to the quality of golf going over there, and I've said it before to friends and people on social media, John Rahm and all these guys that went over there, you know, DeChambeau, Koepka, DJ, they're no longer the best golfers in the world, right? When you go over and play on a money league, you lose all your status, and I'm okay with that. And they have to be okay with that. Well, they're not, right? Because they still want the, what is it, ORG points or whatever.
They want their cake and they want
their cake and eat it too. No, fuck off. Go build your league, build your brand. And now we are, what's this, third year now into it?
Yeah.
And they're starting to recognize now that people don't know us in the golf world anymore. Because the PGA has all these young guys coming up, 17-year-olds turning pro.
Oh yeah, man! They got a lot of youth on the rise.
The PGA can build a John Rahm fucking in a month. They can build a Dustin Johnson in a fucking month, well, and have people talking about these guys where they're getting that PIP money, way more than these guys over on the Live Tour. I'm sorry.
Well, you got all these young guys coming up that are coming up.
I would be way more interested in watching those guys come up and making their mark than having all these, you know, has-beens and wanted to be's go over and play Live and talk about, well, we're not popular anymore. No, there's a cost for making these decisions, guys, and that's one of them. One of the costs is you're not fucking top guys in the golf world anymore.
No, and I mean,
and it doesn't matter how much money they paid you. You can't pay yourself to be a top guy in golf.
You just have to be.
You got to be able to go out and play.
Yep.
You have to be able to go out and play, right? And yeah, so.
I mean, the craziest part is that they would never be able to take on the PGA, and the fact that the PGA Tour can just keep rolling out guys.
Right? Just keep rolling
them out. And guys like Tiger's in there. Well, his kid may one day play on the if he decides to continue with golf. Maybe I mean, John Daly's kid, Little John, may one day be there.
So here's
big names.
But here's a theory for me. You know, John Daly's always been about the money.
Yeah.
His kid might go play Live.
Maybe.
Right? But again, he will disappear in the folds of Live Golf, and they may get that little bump in viewership for a while. But again, it's so hard to watch Live.
Well, where's it broadcast?
Right?
I mean, you got to watch it on YouTube.
And I'm
maybe?
not.
I'm not searching it out.
And again, there's not enough guys that have gone over there that I would want to watch to say, I'm going to find out how I go and watch it.
I
don't care.
I was a huge John Rahm fan when he was on the PGA Tour. And how many times have I watched him play on Live? Zero.
Yeah.
Nada.
Not 1 second.
No.
Right?
Nothing.
Not a video, not a highlight, nothing.
I don't care.
Right?
And you know what? You know how many times I'll put on like the golf channel when I'm just chilling at home and I'll just put it on in the background and it's just like, oh hey, look at these young guys that are like, who is this guy? And then you watch him play and you're like, man, this kid could be really good.
Right. And I actually last weekend I sat down and watched some of the PGA stuff because they had that young kid on there, and I can't remember his name, but again, I don't
the one that had a really bad last hole. Yeah.
So again, I could just sit down and watch that, but I don't go and try and watch Live, and I don't watch a lot of like the DP tournament. I will watch some LPGA.
Yeah, I don't watch a bunch of the DP.
No,
it's usually just the odd LPGA, but I mean some of the PGA stuff, and usually it's just kind of some of the bigger tournaments. I'll make sure that I'm paying attention to.
Well, Masters, I'll always watch. I'll always watch Masters. So,
but I mean, back to the topic of the Sim League. I mean, I don't get it, dude.
I don't get it either.
I would not pay money to watch it. And I mean, the other day when I was just scrolling through channels 10 minutes as I'm waiting for my car to warm up, I'm like, what is this? And I went to practice, and my best friend texted me, and he's like, hey, are you watching any of this Sim League? And I'm like, No, I didn't even know it was starting. And he's like, I'm like, what's going on? And he's just kind of like, it's interesting. And I'm like, okay, that's a word for it. And then that was basically the end of it.
But yeah, I'm just so not into that type of gimmicky marketing shit. Like, go play your 4 rounds, right? PGA, go play them.
Stick to the traditional style of golf, right? Like, I mean,
I'm a traditionalist, anyways, in all things, but
it might have its. I mean, it might have its viewers, and you might be able to bring more people to golf in certain ways. I guess. I guess I could see that.
So week 1 got 700,000-800,000 views.
That's it.
Well, again, whatever that number is. So when Tiger played the next week, they got almost 1 million, and then the week after, the third week, it was down to 680 or whatever. I believe the shine's already starting to wear off of this shit because people are checking it out and going, "Fuck, what the hell? What do I care?"
Yeah, what am I? How am I going to watch this for an hour? How are you going to keep me entertained?
Right, and a couple of them have been blowouts when it comes to points.
However, the first two were.
However the fuck that works.
Yeah. And again, rules.
What is the entertainment value of this? Right.
Well, I know they have like different types of rules.
What is the hammer?
Yeah, I don't know what the hammer is.
What the hell is that? I haven't watched it enough, and I will not watch anymore. So that's my rant on the golf league, and a little bit of a rant on Live. I don't ever judge these guys for going taking the money, because again, they're pro athletes. Go get paid. Go do your thing. But go do your thing. Fuck off. Go to Live, and let the PGA do its thing. You guys go over and build your brand, and try and build it to where you rival the PGA in something other than money you're dishing out to fucking has-been washed-up players.
Yep.
And build your brand. Again, if you want it to be a social media brand, go build it that way. And I know that's why they probably got Rick Shields and stuff to help try and get some views. And again, I don't diss him for, but I did read some of the comments on like the golf posts about Rick Shields, like, and a lot of guys are saying he's been lame for a while, and I watched Rick Shields' videos. I never watched a lot of his podcasts. I did watch some, but his training videos, I really enjoyed them. But his podcast stuff, yeah, it does get lame after a while, because again, you can tell there's a little bit of ego there, right? Especially when he was talking about getting kicked out, when Brooks Koepka saw him and kicked him out of this party they were at or whatever, right? You can tell there's a little ego there, like, don't you know who I am? Right, and again, whatever that is, what is that's just my perception of it, right? But I mean, yeah, if Liv is going to pay you to go do this, and
you'd be foolish not to.
You'd be foolish,
really.
Again, you set your family up for generations to come.
A guy in his
for sure. I mean, I don't diss him for it, but again, the product that you have and what you're hoping to get out of that product, I think, is pie in the sky type shit. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyways, this has been a special drop about us talking about pro shit.
Yeah.
That we don't normally do. But
chime in on the socials. Wherever you're watching or listening to this, and on our Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or on a podcast, wherever you get it from. Just let us know what you feel.
Yeah.
Let us know if we're out to lunch.
Again,
you completely disagree with us.
Give us your opinion, so that maybe we can start understanding where this idea of entertainment comes from. Because again, it's not, like Tiger said, this is not traditional golf, but it's golf. But again, we play in a sim league, and that helps us out in playing, but we don't have fans coming and watching us play fucking sim golf, because that's just dumb.
Exactly.
But anyways.
All right, later, guys.
There it is. See you guys.